Good evening and salutations, my B&B fans. Watching Bill and Liam sit at that damn table again from yesterday was like, yep, this is why this show needs to be an hour. Because what did they talk about? The exact same thing that they were talking about yesterday. Oh, I felt like you could have kind of skipped some of the stuff from yesterday and just kind of just watched it today. Bill, I sat there and I thought to myself, because he kept saying, "Oh, well, you gotta get Hope to sit there and see Deacon for who he is, and he's bad, and he's this, he's that, and he's the third, and the usual rhetoric." I'm like, what do you want? What do you what do you want Liam to do? Even Liam was like, "Well, what do you want me to do?" And Bill was like, "Hey, listen, if you gotta sit there and practically tell her or draw a line in the sand, yeah, she may be upset, but you gotta do it. You gotta do it anyway." This is after Liam was like, "If I do that, it's gonna put a strain on our marriage, and it's gonna push her closer to Deacon. So I can't do that." So when he was like, "Well, you should do it anyway. That's just a chance you're gonna have to take," I sat there like, did you not just hear what he just said? I mean, to be honest, when you kind of look at this whole thing, it just comes across as somewhat kind of dumb. As far as the meeting went, I mean, I think Liam's intention was to kind of just vent, to talk to somebody else other than Ridge, about how he's feeling about Deacon, and not really so much get advice, just kind of, have somebody to vent to. Because let's be honest, when Bill was like, "Do you want me to talk to him? Do you want me to handle him?" Liam was like, "No." Okay, so you don't want him to handle your Deacon problem. You're not listening, you're not taking advice from what Bill has to say. So why are we having a scene for it? Now, of course, at Forrester Creations, wow. Listen, I haven't been watching this show that long, so I don't know the full resentment between, that Thomas and Steffi has towards Brooke. And I'm not sitting there saying, like, I'm a Brooke fan, but damn. I mean, Thomas practically all but said, "Hey, all but said, we didn't really like that you left Mom for Brooke. And our family was great before you decided to, I'm not saying destroy, but like choose Brooke over our family." It's funny because I kind of thought that when Brooke married your dad, you all became one family. No, that was never the case. Okay, cool. That's literally what Steffi and Thomas are practically saying. It's like, we're your family. We're gonna support you. Brooke does her own thing with her own families. The Logans versus the world, and we're just like an afterthought. And you know what? Ridge didn't really sit there and do much to defend her. Not really. Didn't defend her. Didn't defend his decision really. There was a couple of times where I felt like Steffi was kind of going back and forth, like, we support your decision. We supported your decision to be with Brooke, but we love you. I was like, no, you really didn't. You didn't sound like you supported him at all. You sound like you've been what words can I use? You sound like you've been resenting this woman from day one. So I don't know what the hell you're talking about with this whole, "Oh, we support you, Dad." No, you don't. No, you don't, because what you said was the exact opposite of support. That wasn't support at all. That really wasn't. Later on, when Liam talks to Hope, they talk about dads and stuff like that, because, Hope is like, oh, because, Liam was like, I was happy just to talk to my dad again and just, kind of just really bond with him. And Hope said something along the lines of, "Oh, see how good it is to talk and be with your dad and stuff." I'm like, that was such a passive aggressive comment, but okay, sweetheart, do you? And Liam, like the idiot that he is, or maybe he's not. Maybe I'm kind of an idiot. No, I still think he's the idiot in this, but Liam was like, yeah, I get it. My dad isn't perfect, and he's done some bad things, because when Liam was like, I get it. There was a point in time. There was a time, and there was a time where Hope told Liam to not be around his dad. Didn't sit there and give him ultimatums, but was like, I don't want you being around your dad. And now he's doing the exact same thing. And I'm like, so you do realize that you're coming across as a hypocrite. But no, because Deacon and Dollar Bill are different. I mean, yeah, they're both bad, but what Bill does, he does all the bad stuff that he does it to benefit his family. He does it to uplift his family, to give his family opportunities that they wouldn't normally have, according to Liam. He's doing it to benefit his family. Deacon, he feels that he does things to benefit himself. I'm like, okay, I can't even sit there and comment on that because I don't know Bill's history. So I can't sit there and be like, you're wrong, you're a liar. I don't know. But all of it is kind of a moot point, because what it really comes down to is that they are just not going to give him a second chance. And regardless of what he was saying about Bill, Bill has got second, probably third chances before. Liam, I don't know. To me, he just kind of comes across as a screw-up. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he's had multiple chances. So at the end of the day, regardless of if, Liam is right about, Deacon versus Bill, at the end of the day, you're still being a hypocrite, because not just with that, as far as telling Hope not to be around her father, but also because you jackasses both had chances multiple times, and yet you don't want to give this man a chance. Okay, sure. Now, towards the end of the episode, and I'm going to get back in a minute, towards the end of the episode, Deacon goes to the bar, whatever, to clean. He's sleeping in the room or whatever, like he has a little cot or whatever, so he's sleeping there. Thinking about his daughter trying to do the right thing. Right? Like you said, the old Deacon would have just been trying to do what he had to do to... Oh, and I totally forgot about their whole little bonding experience. Somewhat. I mean, honestly, to tell you the truth, it just pretty much came to the same thing with Deacon and Hope and Brooke. Hope is not there trying to push this whole, oh, he's changed, he's a lot different, we gotta accept him as family. I'm like, Hope, slow your roll. I get what you're sitting there saying about, like, with Deacon and you, but they got history. And once again, you keep sitting there trying to push this whole, you gotta give him another chance, he's gonna be part of this whole family. It's like, no, he's a part of your family. Let that whole thing simmer down and just take some time, like... But yeah, with that being said, he does go back to the bar and, instead of drinking like everyone was saying he was doing, which I'm not gonna lie, I kind of thought he was gonna do that after he finished his job, was to drink. And I was gonna sit there and say, like, listen, it's not a problem if he has a couple of drinks, as long as he knows how to handle himself. But if he has a problem with it, then yeah, you should probably stay away from it. Just a thought. Now, Rich does come back, and Brooke is like, listen, I don't want to sit there and fight about Deacon, but I'm going to be honest with you. He was here. to see Hope and yada yada yada, and they slowly start to argue about Deacon, because Ridge is like, oh, he's not gonna change, he's never gonna change, he's just gonna sit there and con you, and when he runs out of money, he's gonna ask for you and Brooke, you and Hope to sit there and give him some money or whatever. I'm like, sweetheart, you act like y'all don't have money. Like, I don't understand. Like, the way he comes across, I get what he's trying to say, but, like, it's just like, bro, you've been, like, just enough. Like, it's just the same thing with him over and over again. And that's what it just really comes down to. It's just the same thing. He didn't really argue. And, I gotta sit there and kind of backtrack what I said a little bit before, when Ridge walked off and he stomped off like a little baby and just kind of left, as opposed to sitting there just kind of hearing them out. Sometimes you do get to a point where you just don't agree. You don't agree with somebody for whatever reason. Instead of just arguing back and forth and potentially saying something that you can't take back, sometimes it is better just to walk away, cool down, and then come back with, a clearer head. The problem with him is that he's just coming across as entitled, so I give him points for him just leaving and not making the situation worse, but you kind of came back with the same energy that you left with, instead of coming back with the energy of, you know what, I disagree with her, but I should sit there and hear her out, But, nope, we're not gonna do that. I always feel like there's more, even though it's like only like 18, 19 minutes. I always feel like there's more. But, like always, if I forgot anything, please write it down in the comment section below. I want to thank you for watching. Be safe, and I will see you in the next video.